What do you do with world events that you're not very happy about? Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, politicians are not always our favorite people. And sometimes things happen in the world that, well, leave us a little frustrated and concerned. Decisions are made that we don't like or we don't feel like we can live with, or that cause us to lose a little sleep. And here in the United States, we've had several decisions this last week that have left a lot of people very frustrated. And it's a difficult time for a lot of people, not just here, but internationally. There's a lot of things happen. Some people interpret it as the end of the world, and it's not. There have always been problems. We've always had unjust governments or politicians making decisions that are not in the best interest of the people sometimes, or, whatever it might be. Jesus said something quite profound about this. He says, "Take heart, I've overcome the world." That's kind of nice, isn't it? In other words, nothing can happen that really is out of his hands. Some things have to play out. Some things I totally don't understand as they happen. But I realize that it always gives us an opportunity to shine. Now let's talk about that for a minute. When I begin to pray for world events, when I begin to pray for my country, when I begin to pray for the politicians that are in charge, even though I don't trust many of them, I realize that God begins to answer that prayer at a little different level than I expect. He begins it with me. It's true. You see, I'm the world changer that God wants to begin to use, and so are you. We're the people that God desires to be that upstanding person, to be that person that changes the people around them, to be a world changer. And I really believe that if Christians would honestly start falling in love with the Lord, if they wouldn't just be all about a belief system, but about a relationship, if their lives were truly changed, well, and many are, but some aren't. If we really begin to have that kind of influence, I think it'd be amazing the things that could happen. But folks, when you pray for world events, when you pray for your government, when you pray for the politicians, when you're frustrated because of the things that happen, would you remember that as you pray for it, God will begin with you? And when he can change you, and sometimes that's the hardest part, then he can begin to change other things too. God bless you. Have a great day.